Hi everybody, this is Anna Khayos for another Anna Khayos Fitness Topics. And today I want to talk about companies that they give you the illusion that you're eating healthy when you're actually kind of not, but they're not really lying. The main reason why I'm bringing this topic up is that I recently, this past 2 weekends, I've been traveling a lot. One of the places I went to Chimney Rock the previous weekend with a good friend of mine, Miss Gina. And then this weekend, I went to Florida to visit some friends and family. And unfortunately, when I travel, I don't really get the chance to, cook my own meals, especially if I'm at the mercy of crashing at friends' houses or maybe have to stay at a hotel. And I mean, one day alone on Friday, I had a 22-hour day by the time I was done. And about 15 hours of that, I was in my car. So you don't really get the luxury to eat fresh foods or whatever you want when you're on the road. And if you do find it, it's still not fresh because you didn't cook it. So if you find a place that they have like grilled chicken, chances are they're going to be cooking in regular, like vegetable fat instead of olive oil or coconut oil. And if you do find a place to have it, it's going to cost you a fortune. So kind of for this past week, I just kind of let things go. Excuse me. And the other thing, I need to give my body a break. I've been dieting for like 2 years. I was stressing myself out over nothing. So the breather is a very welcome change. Did I lose my definition? Yes, I did. Do I care? Absolutely not. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this because when I was in Orlando, I went to get my hair done. So you guys can see that looks really pretty. Right before I went in, because any girl, you get your hair did, and you know that it takes at least 3 hours, and that's not even counting the waiting time. That's from when you sit there. So I went over to Panera, and the Panera, I'm not picking on you. I've been a client for a customer for years, but this is what brought this up. And I'm gonna use Panera as an example. So Panera advertises that they use a lot of fresh like ingredients, and they have like 506 calorie meals. And they even have like a little, menu thing that you could check out while you're there. And what's really awesome about their stuff is as you look at their foods, they actually list the calories in there. So it's great. So it literally makes you think twice before you order your meals and stuff. So the problem that I saw is when once I got my food and I sat down, I looked around everybody around me and I realized that everybody around me wasn't fat. They were morbidly obese, and I'm talking like their thighs were like flowing off the side of the chair. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? This is Panera. You should have, they advertise their healthy food. And then I sat there and I paused and I looked down at my plate for a second. I started analyzing what I was eating. So I ended up grabbing hold on, I wrote it down here. I did a pick two, and I did the Mediterranean chicken, and that's 310 calories. And then I went ahead and I did the wild rice, the chicken and wild rice, which is my favorite. I did the small cup, and that was 200 calories. So right there alone, it was 500 calories. And I'm looking, I was like, okay, so this is not too bad. But then I noticed, and this is something that I forget and people forget, it said they gave you an extra treat or snack with it. And most people get the little piece of baguette that they put on it. And that's about 150 to 200 calories on top of that. So you're looking at whatever your meal is, plus another 100 to 200 calories. So you're up to 700 calories. And then let's not forget, most people get, and we're in the South, so you get some sweet tea or you get some soda pop with pretty much your drink. So, and most people were refilling 2 or 3 times. So by the time everything was done and over with, you might as well gone to Burger King and eaten their meal, and it's just been just as bad as the Panera stuff. But people have this mindset. They're like, oh, it's fresh food and it's healthy, and they're just pigging out on the stuff that's on the side, especially the soda. There was a gentleman that was sitting right across from me. He didn't refill, like, and it's like a normal, like, 16-ounce cup, and that's with the ice. He didn't refill once. He didn't refill twice. He refilled 3 times. So that means he had 4 cups of 16-ounce soda, and it was not diet soda. I can assure you. So he alone right there drank about 800 calories, at least, in soda, on top of his meal. And I'm just saying, I was like, wow, that just kind of blew my mind away, because we do this with a lot of different stuff. It's not just Panera. And to be fair, Panera is very honest with this stuff. I like the fact that they put the calories and stuff. However, it's up to us as individuals to take responsibility for the kinds of portions that we put in our body. So, for example, if you go to Burger King and you want a burger, get the burger. You don't have to get the fries. The only reason why you get the fries and the drink is because we have gotten into the habit to getting the fries and the drink. I go to the burger joint and they look at me like a weirdo because I just get the burger. And you don't want fries? I'm like, no. Do you want fries? I'm like, no. I don't want an extra 400 calories of fat sitting in my body. So it's all about thinking and reprogramming. So just because you get something doesn't mean you have to get it. For example, like if you get a little piece of bread and you want it, that's great. But maybe you can save it for another time in the day to eat and not right there within one sitting. Maybe you can give it to somebody else. And I know that's kind of a douche thing to do because you're making them fat, but whatever, it doesn't go to waste. But for most part, just because it's there doesn't mean you have to eat it at that point. You can save it or just give it away to somebody else. I hate throwing food. I grew up in Puerto Rico. We were not wealthy people. I moved to the States. We were not wealthy people. I hate throwing out food. It is one of the things I hate the most. So if I can give it to someone else who will enjoy and will eat it, that's fantastic. I mean, that's awesome. And even in my house here, I try to buy vegetables. If I don't get to it, I go to my roommate's like, please eat them because I don't like throwing away food. And even that, we still so often throw away a little bit of food. So another place that kind of does this, and you see this on like big chains like Applebee's, and you'll see them like, they have their salads, the big old salads. You're like, oh, it's a salad. It's healthy. No, Okay, so let me stop you right there. And let's think about the math there. So you have all the vegetables in there. And that's great. The vegetables are low calorie, especially if you pick something with spinach and, it's got iceberg lettuce because you might as well just, breathe air or eat air because that's pretty much what it is. It's like no calories in it. But then it's the toppings they put on it that makes the salad fattening. For example, they'll put walnuts in it or almonds in it. 1 ounce of walnuts or almonds, which is an almonds is about 24 almonds, you're eating 160 calories. So already you went from about maybe a 50-calorie salad to a 200-calorie salad, and then go ahead and add the dressing. And most people, what do? They don't dip their fork into the little dressing cup. They pretty much just pour it in there. So they're already slathered right there, and another extra 150 to 300 calories. So we're up to 500-calorie salad. And then you go right ahead and you put all the chicken that you add on top of that. That's depending on many ounces. So you have maybe 4 ounces of that. So that's another 300 calories. So we're 400? No. So it's 200 plus 300 is 500 plus another 300. So we're up to 800-calorie salad. That's not counting the cheese. So that's about another 100 calories there. So by the time you're all done, this salad is the same as the freaking hamburger. Except that it's low in carb. BS. Okay. If you ate the croutons are bread. Okay. So don't forget about the croutons. That still counts as bread. Yeah. But for the most part, when you go out and eat, guys, and kudos to these companies. I have an MBA in marketing, and after a while, you get bombarded with so much advertisement that you just don't even think about things anymore. And you're like, okay, I'm hungry. They gave me this. That's what's on it. And I'm going to eat it. Like just mindless drunk. But when you're trying to actually watch your health and what you're putting in your body, stop and think about how much you're putting in your body. You can have a little bit of everything. I love ice cream, but I won't eat a whole freaking bowl of it. I eat about a quarter cup. Like the whole thing lasts me like 4 days if it doesn't get eaten. But I pretty much just the whole little tiny little Ben and Jerry's thing, that lasts me like 4 days because I only eat like half a cup at a time. And you can have whatever you want, just portion your food. Take responsibility for how much you eat. So don't sit there and eat a whole freaking bowl of, I don't know, ice cream and then brownies and shit. And then like, I don't understand why not losing weight. Well, look at what you're eating. You don't want to give us soda. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Okay, but anyway, guys, this is my rant. So next time you guys go out to a restaurant, just pause for a moment, take a really close look at what you're looking at. Make sure you also use great apps like MyFitnessPal is a great application to use if you're trying to especially lose weight and track what you're eating. In my case, as I mentioned before, I had a severe health issue back in the day where I literally almost died of a heart attack. My heart was full of plaque and I was pre-diabetic and I just really couldn't do it anymore. And it's something that I could have done easily with diet and exercise, and I did. And that's why I'm here talking to you guys today, because I took responsibility for my habits, for what I was putting in my body, and I feel so much better and I'm so much healthier now. So don't make excuses. Don't say that, but it tastes so good. You know what? Eat half of it. Eat the other half later. That's just the way things are. You have to learn how to control your self-discipline. It goes a long way and it pays off in the long run. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much been my rant. This has been Anna Cass for another Anna Cass Fitness. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest. I am also on bodybuilder.com. I also my fitness pal, so if you want to follow me on there, that's great. And Fitbit, I'll put all those links below. And do not forget to check out my GoFundMe. I'm still taking donations for that. Surgery was not cheap. So please go ahead and just $1 or just go ahead and share my link. Anyway, guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.